2019. Okay, same routine. Stanley Rowland is first. Yes or no?
Yes.
Gary Clark,
Yes.
Brett Rogers,
Yes.
Norman Frazier,
No.
Jerry Brandon,
Yes.
Sonny Hall,
Yes.
Emily Hatcher,
Yes.
Bill Key,
Yes.
Roseanne Ward,
Yes.
Mark Steinbuck,
Yes.
Law Van Loo,
Yes.
Angie Kern,
No.
Ward Plant,
I vote no, and for the record, for the minutes, I'd like to take a reason to that. I don't know who he is or not present. I don't know nothing about him, or nobody said anything about him. So it'd be like me voting for the dog catcher. I don't know him.
Well, this is for coming on the commission, right? We're up for commission. We're up for all the commissions. I'll change mine to badge.
Let's call it 10-7.
Trey Smith,
Yes.
Dana Ferguson, Rocky Preston,
No.
anyone wish to change your vote?
I won't badge, we'll still on that.
Anyone else wish to change your vote? I got 8 yes, 1 pass, no 2. 1 pass, sorry, I'm trying to get them together. 5 no with 1 conflict, did not know who it was because he's not here.
What's the number? 5 and 10?
8 yes, 1 pass, 5 no.
Okay. Next is Brett Lashley. Call roll.
Hang on a minute, that's not right, I've got 6 no. Hang on, what do you got? I think I'm counting those. 6, that's right, 6 no. Okay. I have to.
6 no. Okay. Next is Brett Lashley. Call roll.
Gary Clark.
Yes.
Greg, Rogers.
No.
Norman Frazier.
Yes.
Jerry Brandon.
No.
Sonny Hall.
Yes.
Emily Hatcher.
No.
Bill Key.
Badge.
Roseanne Ward. No. Mark Steinbuck.
No.
Law Van Loo.
No.
Angie Kern.
Yes.
Ward Plant.
Yes.
Trey Smith.
No.
Dana Ferguson.
No.
Rocky Preston.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change your vote? Six yes, 1 pass, and 8 no.
Okay, next on the list is Bonnie Evans. Call roll.
Gary Clark.
No.
Greg Rogers. Norman Frazier.
No.
Jerry Brandon.
No.
Sonny Hall. Emily Hatcher.
No.
Bill Key.
Badge.
Roseanne Ward. No. Mark Steinbuck.
No.
Law Van Loo.
No.
Angie Kern.
Yes.
Ward Plant.
Yes.
Trey Smith.
Yes.
Dana Ferguson.
No.
Rocky Preston.
Yes.
Anyone wish to change your vote? 4 yes, 1 pass, and 10 no.
Okay, next is Emily Hatcher.
Gary Clark.
No.
Brett Rogers.
Yes.
Norman Frazier.
Yes.
Jerry Brandon.
Yes.
Sonny Hall.
No.
Emily Hatcher. Bill Key.
Badge.
Roseanne Ward. Yes. Mark Steinbuck.
No.
Law Van Loo.
Yes.
Angie Kern.
No.
Ward Plant.
No, and for the record, I think it's a conflict of interest.
Trey Smith. Dana Ferguson.
Yes.
Rocky Preston.
No.
Anyone wish to change your vote? 7 yes, 2 pass, 6 no.
Okay, no one received the required votes to fill that position. We got 2 options. We can either do this next month, or we can Motion by Ferguson.
Second.
Second by Van Lee. All in favor, say aye. All opposed.
Hey, Mayor, only thing that I want, I've always heard a no vote, I've been passed as a no vote. And if it is, I'm going to, like those two people that's not here tonight, so I'm voting the way they are, so I ain't gonna put it down that way.
Okay. Okay. We're still having Okay, continue on with the agenda.
We're gonna do it again next
Okay, item number 12, approval of A28 invoice in the amount of $27.50. This is for the re-advertising of the DDOT grant. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion by Ferguson, second by After. Motion by Ferguson, second by Hammond. This is for the re-advertisement of the bid. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. Moving on to 13. Excuse me. Resolution 2. Resolution reappointing 5 members and appointing 1 new member to the Committee on Agriculture. One first. What's last one? All right, my fault. I had a small paperwork. We're back on track. All right, resolution 1 is a resolution approving a feasibility study again for proper channels, local, state, and federal government agencies to provide water, sewer, lighting, and interstate authority at exit 133. This is sponsored by Smith, Frazier, Crescent, Ward, Gibson, Hall.
Motion.
Motion by Ferguson, second. By Ms. Steinbuck, discussion.
Mr. Chair, first off, I just want to thank the co-sponsors on this resolution, and I'll just cover the high points and I'll be brief. But first of all, we know that growth and economic development occurs around Interstate 40 exit ramps. We know that fire department ISO ratings can be decreased by offering services to those fire departments. We know that the current residents and future residents can sometimes offset their costs and receive better services through public utilities than they can on their own, digging wells and septic tanks and things like that. And we also know that 133 does not have any of those utilities right now. We know that exit 133 is in the Tennessee River Resort District that was passed by the state legislature. The $1 million question that we got to know is what services are feasible to put to that location? And I've heard several different arguments throughout the years of what we need to do there and all that. But what a feasibility study does is let professionals come in and tell us what you can expect, what kind of economic impact it would have on the area, how much it would cost, and all that. So this resolution is simply to have a feasibility study done and let them tell us what we're looking at. And how comprehensive that study is going to be can come up on down the road after this board gives a thumbs up and yes, we want to proceed. So
In this
with
resolution,
that,
you're not actually asking for any funding.
it's not an appropriation.
What's the cost for this study?
If there's a study done, it's going to depend on how comprehensive that study is. And when there is a study done, we're going to have to look for funding. It would obviously come from outside of county budget, so we're going to have to look USDA, Delta Regional Authority, community development block grants, things like that to pay for that cost there is a cost associated with doing the study. But it's going to depend on how, like I said, how comprehensive it is. And that's something that would have to come from outside of the county budget. I've talked to the leaders at Northwest Tennessee Development District, and I've talked to the leaders at CTAS, and they assure me that if you're looking at growing infrastructure in hopes of development, providing lower costs to citizens, feasibility study is a place to start.
And there's no cost to this study right here?
This is not an appropriation. This is the board saying, yes, we wanna look, we wanna proceed.
But there is gonna be a cost.
There will be a cost at some point. 3%. And when it is, it'll come up in the form, if it's an appropriation for the county, which I've been told that we won't have to appropriate money. If it's not, then we can do it through Delta Regional Authority, USDA, and Northwest Tennessee Development District. They said they'd be glad to come and speak about how they can get the funding to do the study.
Okay, any more discussion on this? Yes, Lance.
Mayor, my experience on that feasibility study, there is money. The first thing they want is an engineer. And first thing you gotta do is what are you gonna develop? How much sewer, how big of a line, and whatnot to do it. You're looking roughly just at something like that around $10,000. I talked to an engineer, and he said the first thing I do, what are you gonna put up there? What are you going to develop? And it is, I mean, without knowing how you develop or do a study, what are you gonna put up there? 10 motels, gas station, or what? I mean, to do a study, do you run a 4-inch line, a 2-inch line, or 8 or 12? And so, what I'm saying, I hate to be, I don't want to say no to something that's popular on the south end. I think that's the heart of all of our fruit of the county to come in that way. I would like to say on this to many to consider also 126. We've started and we've never finished. It's sitting there open and ready. And to move to do a study at 133 without including 126, it's just, I mean, we've got a lot of money put up there. We've got a sewer, and you well know of it, it's over $2 million. We've like to lost it 2 or 3 times. We don't get one dime out of that. We're putting money in it. So no money returns from that. And to even do a study, it's gonna cripple us, them to pay what we got already up there. I just think that we need to, if you do this, I'd be glad to sign on with it to include exit 126. Don't jump off and abandon it because the study will cost you in line to come down to do it. And it takes an engineer to do it. It takes your idea of what you're gonna put in there.
Okay, Ms. Ward.
First of all, I don't think any of us is wanting to abandon 126. I'm for the growth of 126. I always have been. To me, this is just opening the door for something new, for future reference, maybe. You know, all my life that I've lived here, I hear people in the community say, the commission don't ever do anything. Do you ever see them look for new improvements? Do you ever see them study and try to find something to come in here? You know, we've been accused of that. The prior commissions have been accused of sitting back and never approaching anything or looking into anything. So I feel like being on this commission that's part of why I want to be in here, is to look for the future of Benton County and for the growth of Benton County. If it happens to be that the 133 someday opens up and there's new business there, you know, that's Benton County. We get the money from that. It's not going to hurt us. And this is not asking for money. It's, in fact, if you stop and think about it, the rest area right now in Benton County on the west side of the interstate, the 133 is only 1 mile from there, and there's already water at that rest area. So it's not going to be that far to run water on down there. But I look at it as this is, you know, being hopeful and looking into it. We're not spending any money. If we are going to spend money, it will come back before the full commission. Maybe we'll get the grant for the study. So that's how I feel about it. I want to move forward. I don't want to sit here and say we didn't do anything or look at anything new.
I say I'd vote for it if you put in the 126, what I'm saying. I will not jump from 126 and do a feasible study at 133 without including where we've done stuff. We got street lights out there, been out over 4 years. We can't even put a light bulb in the darn thing.
Has there ever been a study?
That's on the Decatur.
That's what I wanna find
That's on
out.
the Decatur County side.
Well, they did, but it's our highway, it's our exit.
So it is.
If I may interject,
Go ahead.
this is about utilities. You have to have infrastructure to begin anywhere. For somebody to be interested in our exit, we need to know what it costs to get these utilities there. As far as I know, the 126 has water and electric.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Norman, are you aware that we're about to lose the sewer, we can't even keep it up?
That is
We
from
got 6
previous,
vendors
that is
out there.
from previous commission.
Mr. Fraser has the floor right now.
Well, I'm just saying, it's silly to go
Mr.
there.
Fraser has the floor right now.
We are looking at the infrastructure. That's where everything begins. We just want to know what it costs. That way, if somebody ever does want to develop it, we can say, yes, we've done that. It's going to cost X for us to do that. We'll know more then.
Any more discussion?
Just as a matter of fact, the 126 is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. I wish it could run like Constance. But the 133 is a whole different place. It has a whole different set of characteristics relative to what's at the 126. And, I thought Commissioner Fraser's right on what he says and Commissioner Ward. And it needs to be looked at before it gets messed up.
Okay.
Because right now, it's a pretty clean thing to deal with.
Okay, we're gonna, any more study? If you afford this feasibility study, you got a motion and a second.